Live and on demand from the WNY News Now studios in downtown Jamestown. This is WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now on this Friday. I'm Justin Gould. Here's what's happening. Local officials want New York lawmakers to repeal the recently passed criminal justice reforms. Why? We'll tell you next. Plus, Jamestown will be getting a new opioid treatment program soon. But first, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, he's here with a look at our weather. Hey, Dakota.
Hey, Justin, and happy Friday, everybody. We made it to the end of another work week, and as forecast, we had that lake effect snow that came through last night and, of course, early this morning. This is a look at the radar over the past few hours, and you can see that band coming straight off Lake Erie and impacting portions of the southern tier, and the snow band is starting to lose its light connection now, so the band will start to fizzle out. We still have a few more lake effect snow showers that's impacting portions of Erie and Crawford counties in northwest PA, but the snow is starting to taper off after we've had some pretty good snowfall rates pretty much this morning. And I threw this in the show yesterday, and I wanted to throw it in again. If you think it's rare to have a lot of snow in November, think again. These are the top 5 snowiest Novembers, and last year ranks number 5 for the top snowiest at 32.6 inches for the month of just in November alone. The top ever was in 1933, where we had 54 inches. So it's not uncommon to have a lot of snow in November. 42 over 24 was the high and low yesterday. This high occurred at midnight yesterday. Since then, the temperatures actually fell through the 30s. We ended the day in the 20s. 71 and 16 are in the record books for today. Here's the forecast through the afternoon. Temperatures, we should make it around 30 degrees before the temperatures will start to dip off through the 20s. The snow will come to an end, leading to some peaks of sun, but more cold and more snow could be on the way for next week. We'll talk about it later in the show. Justin?
Alrighty, Dakota, thank you. Our top story, officials here in Chautauqua County are calling on New York State to repeal the recently passed criminal justice reforms. Chautauqua County Executive and State Senator-elect George Borrello held a press conference this morning discussing what he calls the serious public safety, judicial, and budgetary impacts of the law. Now, under the law passed in April, bail for misdemeanors is eliminated except for sex crimes and violating order of protection. Now, bail and pretrial detention is also eliminated for most nonviolent felonies, with the exception of witness tampering, murder, conspiracy, domestic violence cases, crime against kids, sex crimes, and terror cases. Bail and detention is allowed pre-trial in violent felonies except for certain burglaries and robbery charges. Bail is also eliminated for all drug felonies except for major drug trafficking. Now, under new discovery reform law, grand jury proceedings will no longer be secret. Prosecutors must turn over their evidence to defense counsel within 15 days after argument. The defense will also get names and contact information from anyone who has relevant information about a case, names and assignment of all police officers involved, and every witness statement. Now, criminal lawyers are also entitled to all electronic recordings related to the case. Borrello was joined by Chautauqua County District Attorney Patrick Swanson, Chautauqua County Sheriff Jim Quattrone, and several local police chiefs. The conference ended just a little while ago. You can watch the full thing at WNYNewsNow.com and on our Facebook page. Other news we're following, a wanted City of Jamestown man was arrested last night after officers said he fell through a ceiling while attempting to avoid arrest. Jamestown police say that 37-year-old Bobby Mount climbed into the ceiling of a West 6th Street apartment while officers were responding to a reported order of protection violation. Police say Mount fell through the ceiling into the apartment next door. After officers made entry into that apartment, a brief struggle with Mount, he was eventually taken into custody. Now, Mount faces several charges, and police say he was taken to Jamestown City Jail to await arraignment in the case. New York State Probation assisted Jamestown officers with Mount's arrest. And New York's Office of Addiction Services and Supports announced yesterday funding to establish a new 100-slot opioid treatment program here in Chautauqua County. Officials say the program will be operated by UPMC Chautauqua and located at the Jones Memorial Health Center on Glasgow Avenue. The treatment program aims to foster patient-centered individualized treatment of substance abuse. Furthermore, UPMC Chautauqua will now be able to provide all 3 FDA-approved medicines for addiction. That's methadone, buprenorphine, and Vivitrol. Now, this is the first time a program of this magnitude has come to Jamestown. Specific funding needs for the project will be determined via a feasibility study conducted by UPMC and the state. Well, residents in Jamestown woke up to around 3.5 inches of snow from one of the season's first lake effect snowstorms overnight. Take a look. Drivers on North Main Street and downtown had a little bit of trouble getting up the hill this morning. Jamestown firefighters were called to a Johnson Street address just after 3 a.m. for a report of a person with frozen feet. Now, outside the city, fire police were dispatched to the scene of a multi-vehicle crash on Hunt Road near Mall Boulevard in Lakewood. A winter weather advisory for lake effect snow called for 4 to 6 inches of snow in the higher terrain and 1 to 3 across the lower elevations. Now, the area could see some more of the white and fluffy early next week as temperatures dip into the upper 20s. Of course, Dakota will have much more on that coming up. So hopefully you all are having a happy Friday out there. It seems like the sun is out now, albeit if you are in the Jamestown area, you still have a coating. I know on my drive this morning, parts of Interstate 86 were pretty good and pretty clear. But once you got into the city, things got a little bit slick. But crews by this noon hour usually have most things cleaned up. Got to say hello to Wendy. Hello to Dave in the comments. Good to see you all. Joe, thanks so much for joining us here today. Let us know what you think about these stories by commenting in the comments down below. Coming up, more news why a judge took action against a funding cut that was aimed at state nursing home facilities. But first, hear how veterans can get a free ride next week. Dakota.
And we'll take a live look over downtown Erie, and that's a beautiful picture. It's looking like winter. Break out the eggnog. There's more of that coming on the way. We'll talk about it next as WNY News Now continues in a minute. Don't go away.
Live and on demand, you're watching WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
With coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
Want weather now? Download the WNY News Now mobile app and stay up to date on severe weather alerts. Plus, anytime hazardous weather strikes, stick with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network that keeps you safe. You're all in a tornado warning, so now is the time to go to a safe place, small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. What are you waiting for? Download the WNY News Now mobile app today. It's free in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
Well, happening now, veterans and active military can ride Chautauqua County's bus service for free on this upcoming Veterans Day. Officials with the Chautauqua Regional Transit System, better known as CARTS, made that announcement yesterday. To ride, veterans may board the bus with a valid veteran or military ID card. For more information about CARTS, visit chqgov.com/CARTS. Well, a judge has put a halt to Medicaid cuts facing nursing homes across New York State. The judge's decision puts a temporary injunction on Medicaid formula changes that insurance home advocates say would jeopardize $352 million in state and federal funding. A Department of Health spokeswoman says it's reviewing the decision. Health officials argue that lawmakers approved the change in the budget, but the judge says nursing homes have showed the cuts could be irreparable and cause harm. The judge also said it's likely that nursing homes will win arguments that officials say violated lawmakers' instructions in the budget. The budget says the Medicaid formula couldn't change before June 30th. That's when nursing homes experts faced a deadline to weigh in. The lawsuit says the state ignored the work group's warnings and moved forward with the cuts anyway. Well, this is interesting. Cancer is one of the most common types of ailments that American men and women face. According to a new study, some popular foods may be linked to those higher risks. Mandy Gaithner explains more in today's Health Minute.
It's popular on breakfast plates, but a new study may make you rethink eating sausage or bacon. The research published in the International Journal of Epidemiology suggests those much-loved processed breakfast meats are linked to higher rates of colorectal cancer for people who eat them often, with chances of getting the disease being nearly 20% higher for every processed meat the size of a slice of bacon eaten per day. Red meat appears linked to the risk as well. Researchers say people who ate 76 grams of red or processed meat per day, which is roughly the same as a burger with a quarter pound of beef, had a 20% higher chance of developing colon cancer compared to those who ate about a third that much per day. The study tracked the diets of nearly 500,000 British adults between the ages of 40 and 69. During a roughly 5-year period, more than 2,600 of the study's participants developed colorectal cancer. For today's Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Alrighty, Mandy, thank you. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says the most effective way to reduce your risk of cancer is getting screened for the disease routinely, beginning at the age of 50. Well, speaking of cancer, a local benefit to raise money for a woman's fight against lung cancer is scheduled to take place on Sunday. The event organizers say the benefit will be held to raise money for Sherry Martin's medical bills and general expenses. Now, Martin's family says she was recently diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer that spread to her adrenal glands, liver, and bones. Martin is now on chemotherapy and only on chemotherapy because the cancer has gone too far for radiation treatment. On chemotherapy, she was given 6 to 12 months to live. The spaghetti dinner will take place Sunday from 1 to 5 at the Herman Kent Cellar on Legion Post 777. In addition to food, entertainment, and a 50-50 raffle, Chinese auction, and a donor prize will be all available there. Tickets are $10 at the door. Certainly, if you can get out and help that event, please do. Coming up next, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter. He's standing by with a live look at our weekend forecast. And later, Norm is in studio with the lowdown on a couple of local sports games that are happening tonight. It's all when WNY News Now returns. Pronto Mart, not your average corner store. Located on the corner of Forest and Newland Avenues in Jamestown, Pronto Mart has everything you've been looking for. An amazing selection of hot foods, a large variety of premier headgear, and smoking accessories to fit any style. Pronto Mart, not your average corner store. Stop in and visit us today.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Not tomorrow, but right now on the WNY News Now mobile app. Follow local news as it happens.
Top story: a Forestville man's weather video has gone viral.
And stay informed with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network.
Our Matt Hummel is standing by live outside of Chautauqua County Court with more on this case. Matt, good afternoon to you.
Download the WNY News Now app right now. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
First Defense Weather, the Southern Tier's only live and local weather source. Now, here's Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter.
Yeah, it was only a matter of time before they said it was only a matter of time before they said bacon was bad for us. I'm just going to eat the snow. Here's a look at the snow that came down in our parking lot yesterday, and this was the beginning of the accumulating snow that started yesterday and that lasted into tonight. And speaking about the snow, these were the snowfall totals that came in from the weather spotters this morning. Look at Ishway in Cattaraugus County at 5 inches on the nose. Jamestown officially at 3.5 from a spotter report. At Kennedy, 2.8. Cattaraugus, 3 inches. Gary, 2.8. And look at Fredonia, only half an inch. So you can see where those lake effect bands were focused basically tonight, or should I say last night, and then of course early this morning. Here's a look at First Defense Doppler on the time lapse. We still do have a few of these lake effect snow showers continuing. There's still a band right here near Sherman and Sugar Grove that's extending down into Warren County, PA, but these bands are starting to lose their lake connection, so these will ultimately start to dissipate basically as we go throughout the afternoon, and we'll take you into Cat County here. A little bit of snow falling basically that's north of Salamanca near of course I-86 here as well. Some of the snow that's falling, but again, this will all taper off as we go to the afternoon. The in-house computer model shows that the snow going away. Now for Erie, there's still going to be a little bit more snow through the afternoon. The model does paint another lake effect snow band starting to set up through this afternoon, so you may tack on another inch of accumulation there. It's not going to be as bad as, I should say, the one that came through last night was. That moves north and falls apart. Tomorrow should be mainly dry, but there is going to be a spotty chance for a snow shower or maybe a rain shower, especially through the afternoon. All right, the next big thing that we're keeping an eye on is winter comes early this year, and this is going out until early next week. We think cold is going to be a big deal, some accumulating snow, and maybe some wind. And look what we wrote here: plowable snow possible. That's the key word, is possible. It's not guaranteed at this point. Models do show some more accumulating snow coming our way early next week, and we could be seeking new lows as we head into early next week. The most amount of snow we've had on Tuesday, or should I say next Tuesday, is 9 inches, set back in 1977, and the record low for Tuesday is 17, set back in 1961. We also could be setting some record low maximum temperatures, and Snow Miser is in control of our weather, not Heat Miser. Yeah. All right, zone forecast. Weather where you are, Lake Erie shoreline today. These are the temperatures this afternoon. Maybe Erie around 36, Ripley at 34. A few more lake effect snow showers, mainly in northwest PA, in Erie and Cattaraugus, in Erie and Crawford counties. You could see a few more snow showers there, but maybe about an inch there. That's about it. Inland areas, the snow comes to an end. Maybe some partial sunshine. These, look at 29 around Jamestown. We should be near 51 this time of the year. Yikes, nowhere near that. Take a detailed look at the forecast. Next 7 days are on the screen, and 34 tomorrow, 43 on Sunday. Chance for a rain and snow mix through the day, and then very cold. Look at that, 34 on Monday, 27 Tuesday. Those are high temperatures both Monday and Tuesday. Chance for accumulating snow both days with another storm system. Few more leftover snow showers on Wednesday, and Thursday we dry it out, but still below average. Sports is next. Don't go away.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news. WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
Rejoice, sports fans, it is Friday. Welcome back to WNY News Now. I'm Norm Rodriguez with a look at sports. Tonight, with a 7:30 puck drop, the Jamestown Rebels will play their second game of a 3-game road series against the Johnstown Tomahawks. Johnstown won the first game of the series on Thursday night 2-1, and they are currently in second place in the East Division with 25 points, 5 points behind the first place New Jersey Titans. Meanwhile, Jamestown remains in last in the East with 12 points, 3 points behind the Maryland Black Bears. Saturday night's game will have a 7 o'clock puck drop. This afternoon with a 2 o'clock puck drop, the Buffalo Sabres will be taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning in their first game of the NHL Global Series in Sweden. Buffalo is currently on a 3-game losing streak and are in third in the Atlantic Division with 20 points, 1 point behind the Toronto Maple Leafs. Meanwhile, Tampa is in sixth in the same division with 14 points. Buffalo and Tampa will face off again on Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock. Tonight's game will be televised on NBC Sports, and Saturdays will be televised on MSGB and the NHL Network. With a 1 o'clock kickoff on Sunday, the 6-2 Buffalo Bills will be hitting the road to take on the 2-6 Cleveland Browns. The Bills are coming off of a 24-9 win versus the Washington Redskins in their last game. Meanwhile, Cleveland is on a 4-game losing streak, their most recent loss being a 24-19 defeat by the Denver Broncos. According to ESPN's Power Football Index, Cleveland has the edge to snap their 4-game losing streak, being more than a 59% favorite. The game will be televised on CBS. That's it for sports today. Justin and Dakota, back to you.
Alrighty, Norm, thank you very much. Well, it's time to celebrate skills in science, tech, engineering, the arts, and math, because today is National STEM Day. Now, learning the periodic table of elements, 3D printing, sculpting, the Pythagorean, that is part of it all. Studying these fields are very important in schools, experts say, because most of the fastest growing jobs are there. Now, if you're already out of school, it's the perfect time to brush up on some of these subjects. Take some time today to celebrate STEM careers, teachers, and students. So, Dakota, it's a really great career, honestly, and I know we do a lot with the Dream It, Do It program. Every year they have a really awesome kind of interactive event for students that are in high school, and they pair them up with local companies who are looking for people in that field right now. And they're really targeting high school students because they say a lot of time if you take the right classes and you can get some of these certificates and degrees at JCC, and you'll immediately have a job afterwards.
And it's like, we use math and science every day back in the weather office. I mean, I mentioned it before, weather is basically just physics, chemistry, and mathematics when you peel back the layers. That's basically what it is. So.
And, it's certainly a great day to celebrate that. I'll be a little bit chilly out there.
Oh yeah, let's take a look at that 7 day. So again, the lake effect snow today will taper off, leading to some mostly cloudy skies. The weekend, not so bad. A few rain and snow showers definitely Sunday. Look at the cold air that comes Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. There's a potential storm system that's going to come up into the northeast on Monday and Tuesday. Snowfall likely. Still a little too early to throw out numbers, but we'll keep you updated throughout the weekend.
Alrighty, Dakota. Thank you very much. We hope all of you have a great weekend. We'll leave you with a very cold and desolate construction site outside of our window.
Have you baked those Christmas cookies yet?
I haven't, let me tell you, but they do have one lane open down there for peeps. So hopefully you have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here on Monday.